Jai Gurudev, everybody. My name is Swami Tulsidas. Today we're making a small informal video about Likhita Japa sadhana, what it is, why we do it, why it's my favorite sadhana, some tips and tricks of how to go deeper into your Likhita. So what does Likhita Japa sadhana mean? Sadhana, of course, as you know, means spiritual practice. Japa, the continuous repetition of the name of God. And Likhita literally means writing. Likhita Japa is writing the name of God again and again and again. For example, here is my Likhita. As you can see, I'm writing Om Namo Narayanaaya, Om Namo Narayanaaya, Om Namo Narayanaaya again and again and again. It is so deeply moving and deeply touching. The name of God is Swayambhu. Swayambhu means self-manifested. This is similar to a Saligram Shila. This means that the name of God does not mean I have actually written the name of God, but the Lord himself has allowed me to write the name of God with him, for him, by his grace and his mercy. So here you can see page after page after page is the name of God. And each single Om Namo Narayanaaya is fully worshipable. I can write Om Namo Narayanaaya once, set it in front of me, and do full puja to it because it is the Lord himself. Why do we write the name of God? Yes, of course, like we've been talking about, it's because it is so powerful. As Paramahamsa Vishwananda has said, even one book filled with the name of God is similar to a temple. Imagine having thousands of saligrams. Incredibly powerful. We don't just do our Likhita Japa because it's powerful, but because of what it does to us mentally. Writing the name of God is very peaceful. It's very calming for the mind. And when we write, whatever we've written enters deeper into our consciousness. So as my daily japam is Om Namo Narayanaaya, by doing Likhita Japa, it helps my normal japa throughout the day by placing the name deeper and deeper and deeper inside of me. Likhita Japa is also seva. Because as you can see, with so many names of God, there's so much energy generated. When we write the name of God, we are physically manifesting our sadhana so that the energy of our sadhana stays not just for me today, but for generations to come. That's why it's traditional that when we have finished our notebook, we give it to a temple so that that temple becomes energized with your sadhana. That means that when anyone comes into the temple, they're blessed by your sadhana. So even if you have left your body, all of the positivity which those people who are blessed by your sadhana, that positivity is also shared with you. Cool, huh? So, I love Likhita because, to be honest, after doing it for so many years, as soon as I begin, it becomes like vacation for me. The energy is so beautifully tranquil and peaceful, and it brings me to another place inside. Okay, so now that you know what Likhita is, how powerful it is, what it does for us inside with our mind and our consciousness, helping us with our normal japa, then let's talk about some tips and tricks and some frequently asked questions. What mantra? Well, if you are a follower or initiated devotee of Paramahamsa Vishwananda, our main mantra is Om Namo Narayanaaya. If you are not a follower or not initiated devotee of Paramahamsa Vishwananda, then pick any divine name which you feel close to. Do I need to write in a notebook? And the answer is yes, actually. And you can write in any notebook, to be honest, but I would definitely suggest to pick a higher end notebook such as Leuchtturm or Moleskine, Clairefontaine, Tomoa River, because these papers are made acidic free, which means they do not deteriorate over time. Because of course, we do our Likhita not just for ourselves, but for future generations. Next question is what do I do when I have finished my notebook? You can place it under your altar, you can place it on your altar, or again, what's traditional is to give it to a temple, to offer it to the deity at the temple, because the temple becomes stronger and everyone who enters that temple is blessed by your sadhana. There's also a practical reason to send it to the temple, because when I leave my body, and if I have books and books and books of my Likhita, and maybe my family doesn't know what this is or doesn't understand how precious this is, they may just throw it away. And that would be an absolute shame. If for whatever reason you want to dispose of your Likhita, the only way is by burning or in a yagna. However, that's a bit strange because you have taken all this time to write it. It would make sense to donate it to a place where it will be looked after, such as a temple. Because there's a certain respect, it's important that we don't write the name of God just anywhere. We don't write it in notebooks that we have from our studies, or we don't just write it in random places on different paper, because that paper will be thrown away, or may be thrown away. So when we do our Likhita, it is done in a notebook with nothing else in it, so that it is treated with respect. Another question is must I use a pen? Well, no, of course not. But I definitely suggest that you use some writing utensil which you can refill. So for example, it's true, I am using a fountain pen. Why? Because as you know, with a fountain pen, I can fill it back up and keep writing. If I was to use a throwaway pen, then each time I have finished that pen, it's tossed in the trash, which again is a bit useless, because this pen becomes sort of like my Japa mala, where this pen has only been used to write Om Namo Narayana, and so there's a certain energy in this pen. What kind of ink to use? Well, you can use any ink, but again, there are certain inks which are made for archiving. There are permanent inks, and a little bit of Google research will tell you which ones are good for you. We can do our Likhita Japa pretty much anywhere. Any clean place, so not the bathroom or some other place that's not clean, energetically or physically. But it's important that we wrap our notebook. Again, this is out of respect. So you can see I bought a felt cover that each notebook sits inside, and I use the same cover. I go to the next notebook. This helps keep my notebook clean physically. You can see here that the table is clean, but I have my water, I have my laptop, and that's perfectly fine. I can also do my Likhita while I'm outside. If I go on a nice walk, I can sit down and do my Likhita, and yes, people can see what you're doing. Can other people touch my notebook? Of course, yes, they can. However, if they are drinking or smoking or eat meat, I personally would not let them do that, because the name of God is like a salagram. It's like a murti. And so the same respect which I have for my salagram, the same respect which I have for my murti. For example, I never touch the book with my feet, the book never touches the ground. These types of things, they also apply. So the same type of respect. When I'm writing Om Namo Narayana, it's important to go slowly, because while we're writing, it's also a meditation. So as I'm writing Om, I'm mentally chanting Om. As I'm writing Namo, I'm mentally chanting Namo, and Narayanaya, mentally chanting Narayanaya. What helped me to go deeper into the energy of my Likhita, or the energy of Om Namo Narayana, is when I finish my Likhita every day, I close my book, I take it, I place it to my heart, and I allow the energy to go deeply inside. Some people ask, the amount of Likhita Japa I do, is this subtracted from my 16 malas? And the answer is yes. So if you were to do 1,000 Om Namo Narayana a day, then you don't have to do 1,728 japas on your mala. This is by far my favorite sadhana. It's helped me get closer to my japam, helps me go deeper into my kriya, and it's even helped me in my puja and my relationship with Tulsi and Narsima. I deeply, deeply, deeply love it, and I really hope you choose to do it too.